Hi, welcome to the Professor Door Show. I'm here just relaxing. You can see the environment here. Environment in my background. Today is a very hot day, and I'm just relaxing. Hope your morning is good. Mine is okay. Just enjoying the sun. So today I want to talk about young men in Kenya need to man up. So I've heard this story about young men in Kenya. They are like what between the ages of 30 to 40. And now this young man still living with parents. I know things are hard. Kenyan unemployment rate is like over 50% or even 60 according to statistics. So majority are in the informal sector. They do juakali. So juakali means here is that it's metalworking. You make furniture, you repair maybe vehicles, you do metal tools, you do plumbing, the way I've said, you go, you work in industries. So you like casuals, it's informal. But basically it's metal work, doing furniture, being a carpenter, being working in workshops, like these painting companies, you carry things. So basically just informal. The Juakali sector employs a lot of people. They make toolboxes. They make kitchen utensils. So basically what people survive on, normal things you use. That's what other people earn. Majority of the youth between 30 to 40 are in the informal sector, Juakali sector, metal work. But now there's another group who are young, between 30 to 40, they are unemployed. They're in nowhere. They don't even want to go to the informal sector. Maybe they find it's hard. They don't have the skills. So they're still living with parents. A man has finished high school, gone for training, but unfortunately did not get a job. So he didn't want to venture into any other thing. So they start drinking, wasting their parents' money. Now the parents are even in retirement. They are old people, maybe over 60. Those are retired people. So maybe the parents are lucky enough to have a big house with a guest house where the young man can stay. Here we call it servant quarter, guest house. I don't know, in developed countries, I don't know how we call them, but here we call it servant quarter, is the guest wing. So we find that these young boys, I call them boys because how can you be over 30 and still living with parents? As we move, we try to move. Yes, we delayed a bit, but by by the age of 33, I was already living on my own. By that one, I delayed. I should have moved out even much early. But those days, you have a job, you're still living with parents, you become lazy. But these other ones, they have nothing. At least us, yes, we're still living with power, but we are giving back. When you get salary, you have to give something to your mom, your dad. That's what you are doing. But these days, these ones are just parasites, living off old parents. When your mother cooks there, you also want to eat. You have a towel, you wake up in the morning with your towel around your waist, a man, you meet with your mother with also a towel. What nonsense is that? So if you're a young man and above 30 and you're still living with parents, you need to man up, get out of your house, go and live by yourself, start in a single room. You can even have a colleague. Even just talk with your parents, tell them, you know what, I've been a bother, I want to be a man on my own. Help me rent for even 3 months. They pay for you the rent. Once they are paid for you for 6 months, what you do is that you go and uh, and and furnish it. They can even pay for you and even furnish it. Then you tell them this money you are going to repay them. It's like a loan. In fact, you just ask them for a loan so that they pay for you rent and furniture the house. Once that is done, you now go look at your skills. These days is skills. Even people who have gone to university, they need skills training. And here skills is carpentry, being a plumber, masonry, knowing how to paint a house, knowing how to put tiles in a house. Those are some of the things that young people should be focusing on. And also digital. Can you do things online? Can you do assignment? There's so many young many graduates who don't have work, or they're still in school, university students or graduates who are doing assignments for foreign people from America all over. And in a day, someone earns over 5,000 Kenya shillings. Do the maths. In a month, that's over 100,000. That's like over $1,000 per $1,000 per what? $1,000 per month. That's good money. You know, the average salary in Kenya is like 40,000 Kenya shillings. That is like how many? What are we talking about? Here we are talking about maybe $500. Yeah, around $500. About $500 according to exchange rate. That's a lot. Because now we are talking now of even $300 per month. If we are to multiply, yeah, around $300 per month, because our currency rate to the dollar is very high. It's like a dollar to 150 Kenya shillings. So that's like $300, gives you 40,000 Kenya shillings. But this young man on online work is earning over $1,000 per month. $1,000 per month, that's over 150,000 Kenya shillings. That makes you live in a comfortable house, 2-bedroom, with all the amenities, space. They can even buy cars, they can save in circles. So if you're a young man and above 30, move out, find a skill. Once that skill, you have developed it, people want it. Some areas in this country, getting a plumber, an electrician is a nightmare. But if you know these skills like plumbing, electrician, metalworking, you'll survive. These are days of skill. When you have a skill, it gives you money. You know, as the old guard, at least we were cheated. So for us, it's hard to change. But we are trying to learn. Yes, we are in formal employment, but we are trying to develop skills here and there so that one day we just branch out. Like me, through my skills training, I also want to train other people so that they become better than me and earn more money. But now you find that these days, the young men want office work while they sleep. There's nothing like that. These days, you cannot go like they used to do at there's a job and then you send an CV, an application. Ooh. Jobs are given through friendship, through nepotism, through relations. That's when you get a job. But if you're a son of a peasant professor like me, you earn the job on your own, you earn your money on your own, you make your own way. So if you're a young man above 30 and still living with parents, you need to man up. We need to change our society. You see, our society is being infiltrated by bad cultures. You know the ones I'm talking about. They are putting, the only way you can stop that if you be like China, self-reliant people, people who are not beggars. You go to beg from a foreigner, they'll make you do crazy things. They'll make you even forget your culture. Because in your mind, you're thinking, yes, they're giving you money. This money is not free. They want you to change your cultures and embrace nonsense, garbage that destroy our culture. So if you're a young man and above 30, man up. I hate it when young men become lazy because they are with their parents. They rely on their parents. Now I'm sitting here, I was checking if, I hope I'm not having, yeah, so it's okay. So I'm sitting in this ground here, just enjoying the weather. It's a what? It's a it's a Thursday morning, dark. Yeah, so back to my point. You need to man up, be self-reliant, so that Kenya can move on. We don't want this situation whereby you are begging money and you're adopting foreign cultures, the alphabet culture, rubbish. I know a man goes with the woman, not Alex with Tom. Those things have to go. And they're going to go if you start becoming self-reliant. This generation of people who are under 30 and under 40, being self-reliant, not relying only on jobs, being employed, being employers, job creators. You see, beggars are not choosers. Africans have decided to be beggars. That's why people want to dump their nonsense on us. Be like the Chinese. Chinese cannot be told to adapt anything. Everything is about competition to them. They compete with the Europeans. Europeans compete with them. But as Africans, oh, you have to accept the alphabet. What nonsense. Did you tell them want men marrying men here in Africa? So I digress, but I have to speak that. Young men in Kenya above 30, man up. Days of just living with your parents. and you depend on them moreover. Your parent can give you a loan and you return it. But if you're just a parasite, a parent cannot assist you. Even sometimes falls, they need assistance. But what are you giving? You'd rather work for your parent and he pays you, not the other way around, depending on your parent for money. And you're a grown man with beards. You should be having your own children, yet you are here disturbing your parents. This is the Professor Dor Show. Thanks for listening to me. Please subscribe. And if you like what I'm saying, send something to your boy on that mobile number that I've given there. But I want to end. Young men in Kenya, man up. Get out of your parents' house and live on your own. Gwaheri, gwaheri, akwana gwaheri.